Thank you, Nick. Good morning, everyone. My name is Randy. So because of the time, I'll just quickly go through the slides and I'll leave some time at the end for you if you have any questions. Just quickly go through what Macquarie University is. We are a medium-sized research-intensive university, 40,000 students. Anyone started here before for undergraduate? So we have half the people probably already know the Macquarie University. I think I'll just quickly go through for those people, also international students here today. So we have about 40,000 students, and then 25% are international students, very research intensive. And the university is very unique. We're the only university in Australia. So there's 41 universities in Australia, 39 universities are public, and Macquarie is one of the public universities, but we are the only university in Australia owns the land. So the value of the land is about, I think it's about 2.6 billion Australian dollars. That's why Macquarie University can do a lot of things other universities can't do. So for example, we're taking the value of the land, going to the bank, borrow the money, build our hospital. And we are the only Australian university owns a hospital. No other university in Australia have the hospital. So if you haven't seen the hospital, go have a look. It's a very advanced technical hospital. It's paperless from your autoimmune to do your neurosurgery, and there's nothing it's in paper, it's everything in the cloud. So it's a very unique research-intensive university, and also is a very internationalized university. So all the faculties, so you see there's 5 faculties, science, engineering, arts, human science, business economics, and the Faculty of Medicine and Health Science is very new, and with our hospital attached part of the faculty as well. And we also have the #1 ranking Macquarie Graduate School of Management. As you see, just come out from the Financial Times for the MBA program ranking, and MGSM's MBA programs ranked #1 in Australia, number 49 in the world. So that's just recently, I think 2 weeks ago, coming out. So if you see, that's the reason why they put on the front page of Macquarie University's MBA program. So as Professor Pretorius and Professor Mansfield already mentioned, you are a very important part of our research enterprise. It's not only what we say, it's also what we put into the strategic framework. So we have our 10 years under the leadership of the Professor Pretorius. We have our strategic research framework 2015 to 2024. So world-leading research and world-changing impact documents. And this document is on the HDR website. So when you have time, have a look. The reason why it's so important is because all your research area, there's a whole university's research, we divide them into the 5 different priorities. And then under the 5 different research priorities, and there's 14 research themes and also 69 research streams. So have a look, and what we try to do is concentrate our money into those research priorities area as well. So what those 5 priority areas is healthy people, resilient society, economies and secure planet, and the technologies. So all this area is covered everybody's research at Macquarie. We don't do everything, but what we try to do is when we do things, we want to do as the best. So we strive for excellence as well. So the key objective is priority. Key objective #1 is about the research performance. And then prepare the objective #2 is about prepare world-ready high-degree research candidates, which is MRes candidates is part of this, very important part of it. Engage as a world-recognized research collaborator of choice, and as Professor Mansfield already mentioned, MRes program, why we want to do it is we are the first university in Australia implemented Master of Research, replaced honours degree, is because we want to be recognized as a research collaborator. And I'm going to talk about the Master of Research Exchange program as well. Anyone here is an inbound MRes exchange student? So we have one. Which university you come from? Sorry? Hamburg. Okay, I'm going to talk about Hamburg. It's a very, very good partner, very important partner for Macquarie University. Anyone else I haven't seen? So we have a Master of Research Exchange student coming in. It's inbound. We also have outbound as well. So we have about 2,000, and I see this candidate is a PhD candidate from University of Hamburg. She's doing a joint PhD program between Macquarie University and Hamburg University. Macquarie last year we've been awarded from the DAAD funding agency, the German exchange funding agency, €1 million for Hamburg University in Germany, Fudan University in China, and Macquarie University as a strategic partnership on joint PhD programs and Master of Research exchange program. As you probably part of this exchange program between Hamburg and Macquarie University. So we have about 2,000 PhD and MPhil students and about 500 to 600 Master of Research candidates. Depends on the time of the year because our PhD program is start any time of the year and finish any time of the year. Depends on the year, about 30 to 40% of our high degree research candidates, including the MRes candidates, are international candidates. As Professor Pretorius already mentioned, we invest large number of the funding into our program. So we have the largest coach-tail and joint PhD program as well. I'm going to talk a little bit more later as well. So those funding are managed by High Degree Research Office, and I'm going to introduce you all the people doing it as well and from the office. Another thing I want to draw your attention is any great things will come with a great responsibility. One of the things is very important is about the research integrity. As a research candidate, we not only train you as an excellent researcher, but also we want you to be responsible. Australia have the most strict ethics and research integrity rules and regulations in the world. So we want to be held accountable because most of the funding coming out of those for research funding are public funding. We want to be held accountable, every single person not only doing excellent research, but also the responsible research. So I'll give you a little bit stats. This country is very small in terms of population. We only have 23 million people. We're smaller than a city like Shanghai or Beijing, and they have more people, the whole city, than the whole country here. So this country has 0.04% of the world population. But one of the measures for world knowledge, how the knowledge each year being generated and disseminated, is by publications. So if you have a look at the publications, and this country is contribute 4% of the world knowledge every year. So we rank about, in total, Australia ranked number 11 in the world. So we are very small. We're probably number 100, in terms of the population, but we contribute about 4% of the world knowledge every year. So the government knows, we never were competing like a country like the United States or China, because world number one publication in terms of publication country is the United States, and number two is China. So those countries much bigger than Australia. But what we want to do is about excellence, and also we want to hold all our researchers published from Australia is responsible as well. So the responsibility, there's a national level of responsibility, institutional level of responsibility, and individual responsibility. So the national level in this country have the Australian Code of Conduct for Responsible Research. And this document's been reviewed, and the new code will coming out very soon. And I believe the colleagues from the Office of Research Integrity, Dr. Candy White or Dr. Ben Pitcher, they're going to present to you as well what's their responsibility. So in this document, there's two parts. And part A is basically tell you what is the right things to do. How are you going to be collecting data? How are you going to managing your data? How are you going to disseminate your data? Who is the authorship? So all these questions is included. What's the right things to do in part A? How are you going to manage the relationship between your supervisors and yourself? And the part B of these documents is talk about when you discovered or yourself doing the wrong thing, how are you going to investigate those things? So this is a very important document. It's also on the HDRO website. So if you have interested, you must have a look at these documents. At the institutional level, we also have a Macquarie Code of Conduct for Responsible Research. So that document is also on the website, and it gives you more information on, at the local level, when you have those questions, who you can contact as a research integrity advisor at your faculty level. So those are the information I really want you to take a responsibility, because at the end of the day, you are the young academic in training. As the Professor Pretorius and Professor Mansfield already mentioned, you are the young academic in training. You need to take responsibility in what you do as well. You should start build your research career from your MRes program. Okay, international collaboration. We have a large number of the international collaboration. We have our Cogitel program, we have our MRes program, MRes exchange. So all how those code be managed, the research integrity, and I also recommend those documents like Singapore statement. There's about principles when you're doing international collaboration with your colleagues around the world. How are you going to managing those things? How are you going to manage your data? How are you going to collecting data in the different countries have different rules? And also, when you have things went wrong, how we're going to investigate is based on the OECD principle as well. In the office, and myself, and there's Dr. Louise Whitlock is the Deputy Director. Louise, can you put your hands up? And then everyone knows Louise. So we are the team to managing the whole office. In the office, we have under the Dr. Louise Whitlock, and there's two teams. And Jordan is sitting here, and Jordan's put hands up. And Jordan's look after the candidature management. So right from your application to your examination. So I'm sure you have already interacted with the staff in the commencement and progression and examination area and during your candidature. So Jordan will be the person look after that. On the other side, we have a management team, and management and governance, and there's Belinda Lee. Belinda is sitting next to Jordan, and she's look after the scholarships, all your payment, all those things, and also Master of Research Exchange Program. So Belinda is the key person to talk to if you're interested in the Master of Research Exchange. So we also, as Nick already mentioned, in the faculty level, we also have the different HDR office as well in your faculty. So if you have any questions, they will be the first point of contact, because they will know, and there's a different management system, slightly different as well in each faculty. So they are the key contacts in each faculty for your contact as well. Okay.